Hello dear students, here I am going to explain the life cycle of Plasmodium. It is nothing but a type of protozoan. We have already studied about the bacterial diseases that includes typhoid and pneumonia, and you have to remember the causative agent of both the diseases. And then we discussed the viral diseases, particularly the HIV, correct? That is the life cycle of HIV, which is normally causes AIDS in human beings. We know about it, correct? And I forgot to explain the another type of viral disease, that is common cold. Anyhow, like we take a short video session, in that I'll explain it here. This particular thing, the life cycle of Plasmodium, is the concept which comes under protozoan diseases. Protozoa, you have studied in your first year PUC, right? Okay, that is also very important concept for your NEET. Please refer first year PUC textbook. Okay, these in here we are going to study two different diseases which is caused by a type of protozoan. The first one is malaria disease, which is caused by Plasmodium species. Plasmodium is a type of protozoan. Another one is Entamoeba histolytica, which is also a type of protozoan which causes amoebic dysentery. It is also called as amoebiasis. Okay, we will learn it later. So now we will concentrate only on life cycle of Plasmodium. Let me tell you, in the competitive examination, you can expect at least one question from this concept. So listen to me carefully. Got it? Okay. And for board examination, you may get one question for part A. You will not get any question for 5 marks. Because it is not there in the syllabus, even though it is given in your NCERT textbook, it is removed. Got it? So they will not ask any question related to life cycle of Plasmodium. But in 2017 they picked one question from this concept, life cycle of Plasmodium, that is regarding a chemical which is released by RBC, red blood cells, okay, during this process, like malaria. Okay, hemozoin. We'll explain it later. Now the life cycle of Plasmodium, let me just tell you the malaria. We know about malaria, right? The malaria is nothing but a high fever with chill. Okay, normally it happens, symptoms will be seen only in the late evening time. We know about it. The temperature of the body will be fluctuating between 38 to 40 degrees. Sometimes it may exceed to 42 degrees, which is highly fatal, very dangerous. These are the different types of Plasmodium species. Note this point, very important: Plasmodium vivax, Plasmodium malariae, Plasmodium falciparum. Again, you have to note very important thing, that is malignant malaria. It is one of the fatal, very deadly malaria out of different types of malaria. Okay, malignant malaria is very fatal. Name the causative organism of malignant malaria. Plasmodium falciparum. So this is the one. Plasmodium falciparum, which causes malignant malaria. Note this point. Okay, now name the vector which is responsible for the transmission of this malaria from one person to other, or which carries, or it's a vector, right, which carries this Plasmodium species in it. This mosquito, that is female Anopheles mosquito. Female Anopheles mosquito. You have to be very specific. Okay, what is there inside its body? See, normally, like, there are so many different types of female Anopheles mosquito, right? I know even though species are same, but individuals are different. So in some individual organisms of this Anopheles mosquito, there could be like tiny organisms. These tiny organisms are nothing but species of Plasmodium. Actually, you can consider vivax or falciparum, or the other one also, that is malaria species also, doesn't matter. Just take it Plasmodium. See, inside its body, particularly in the salivary glands of this salivary glands will be somewhere else here actually. Okay, so inside the mosquito contains a tiny spindle shaped structure. Note this point for competitive examination. The spindle shaped structure, Plasmodium species, which is highly infective stage, which is going to cause the malaria in human beings. They are called as sporozoites. See, Plasmodium is a species, but in their life cycle they are going to change their structure according to the situation. Sometimes it will be spindle shaped, sometimes it will be round like a ball. Okay, so based on that the name is given. So the first stage is sporozoid stage, that is highly infective stage. It is going to cause the disease. Note this point, very important. So they will be in the salivary glands, that is nothing but saliva itself. So now This anopheles, female anopheles mosquito, anyhow, like going to bite the human. Okay, so we have the experience. Yes, right. Okay, so it's going to suck the blood. So during the process, what's going to happen if the malaria, sorry, female anopheles mosquito contains this malaria parasites, that is nothing but sporozoites or Plasmodium species in its salivary glands, they now get the entry into the body. Okay, it's not body, actually it is alimentary canal. Okay, so gone, done. Now anyhow, somehow, like, oh, sorry, yeah, it's very difficult to hold the camera. Okay, so now anyhow, somehow, like, these sporozoites got the entry into human body. Now the first structure which is going to reside or which is going to take control, like to infect, that is nothing but our liver. Okay, they reside inside our liver, the sporozoites. First they enter into our bloodstream, then finally they enter into the liver. In the liver they undergo asexual reproduction. Please note this point. In the liver they undergo asexual reproduction and the number increases. Okay, so we will bring this picture. That means the number is now doubled. Got it? The sporozoites now number is increased inside the liver. Then they enter into other parts of our body, particularly into the individual RBC cells, that is red blood cells. This is RBC, biconcave structure. Okay, so just a model. So they now enter into the RBC. In the RBC, again they undergo asexual reproduction. What again? Asexual reproduction. Got it? Again the number increases. As the number increases, obviously what's going to happen to RBC? RBC will rupture. Got it? Now what's going to happen? From the ruptured RBC, a chemical, a toxic chemical will be released. Note this point. It is not the sporozoites which is releasing this hemozoin. It is the RBC. The damaged RBC is going to release hemozoin, a chemical, toxic chemical, which will be released into the bloodstream. This is responsible for high fever, including chills. Hemozoin. Please note this point. Hemozoin. Got it? Released from ruptured RBC. Done? Okay. Please note this, very important. Hemozoin. Name the toxic chemical which is released by the ruptured RBC during the malaria. That is nothing but hemozoin. Okay. So, or what is the function of hemozoin? It is going to increase the body temperature. That is nothing but malaria itself. Okay, high fever with chills. And as the number increases from the ruptured RBC, what's going to happen? Okay, so I cannot actually break this. Okay, so I need this for future. So, you just imagine it's ruptured now. So now this again in the body, the many these malarial parasites, the Plasmodium, now again enters into a healthy RBC. Again the process will continue, and finally in any one of the RBCs, what they are going to do is they will undergo sexual reproduction. Got it? Liver, asexual reproduction, then into RBC, again asexual reproduction. At the time from the ruptured RBC, hemozoin will be released, and again in a healthy RBC, again they undergo sexual reproduction for the first time. Got it? 2 asexual reproduction, third one is sexual reproduction. And due to the like sexual reproduction means there must be the release of the gametes. So the gametophytes, what is the meaning of gametophyte? Gametophyte is nothing but the gametes of these malarial parasites. Got it? Gametophytes. The gametophytes will be released inside the RBC. Okay, now they are not going to fertilize. Remember the fusion. This is male gametophyte, this is female gametophyte. Note this point. Okay, which will be released inside the RBC. Now what's going to happen is, so they will be circulating within the RBC, actually in the blood, in the body itself. Got it? Circulation. Now another female anopheles mosquito now comes and bites to this person who is suffering from malaria. Now what's going to happen? Again these gametocytes which are now circulating in the body, they get the entry into this female anopheles mosquito. Done. Got it? Okay. These gametophytes straight away enters into the intestine of the female anopheles mosquito. Intestine of the female anopheles mosquito, where they fertilize. Note this point for your need. Where exactly the gametophyte of the Plasmodium species fertilize? That is inside the intestine of the female anopheles mosquito. Done. Once it is done, due to the result, that is fusion between the male and female gametophytes, so what you see is the sporozoites. The sporozoites will be produced within the intestine, and now these sporozoites migrate to the salivary glands of the female anopheles mosquito, and the process continues. Again these female anaphylaxis mosquito containing these sporozoites will now bite. If it bites to a healthy person, obviously he is now get these sporozoites and the process continues. Got it? So this is actually the thing. Hope you understood this life cycle of Plasmodium vivax. Got it? Okay, so I forgot. Intestine of female anaphylaxis mosquito, the fusion of male and female gametophytes takes place. Note this point. Okay, so hemozoin, please note this also, very important. From the ruptured RBCs, hemozoin will be released, which causes the increase in the body temperature and also causes chills. Now we will talk about the second protozoan diseases, that is amoebiasis. It is also called as amoebic dysentery, normally asked in your board examination, even competitive also. Please, simple and easy, please note each and everything, that's it. Name the causative organism of amoebiasis. That is a type of protozoan called as Entamoeba histolytica. Do not write amoeba. Amoeba is different protozoan, whereas Entamoeba histolytica is also another type of species of protozoan. That's it. Okay, both are comes under the protozoan itself, but species are different. Next is the mode of entry, how exactly they gain the entry into human beings. The mechanical vector is like normally, mechanical vector in the sense where exactly the Entamoeba histolytica reside, like complete their life cycle normally in the housefly itself. Okay, main, how exactly they get into a healthy person's body, that is mainly the fecal matter of an infected person, it may enter into the food or water. Please note one thing here, the main source of infection is by water and food, the contaminated water and food by the fecal matter. Got it? Normally it happens in the villages. Got it? Okay, now we'll see the symptoms. Symptoms is constipation, abdominal pain and cramps, then stools with excess mucus and blood clots. So this is all about the symptoms. So we have learnt amoebiasis. Please note this, normally Entamoeba histolytica, remember this name. Got it? Now I am going to give you some information regarding the common cold. We know about it, what is common cold. That is caused by a type of virus, belongs to the family rhino. So rhinovirus. What about HIV? That belongs to retrovirus. Rhinovirus, retrovirus. Rhinovirus, common cold. Okay. So this virus will obviously infect your nose and respiratory passage. Remember it, it will not infect your lungs. Got it? It infects only your nose, that is actually the respiratory passage itself, okay, a component of respiratory passage, but it will not gain the entry into your lungs. So you will not develop pneumonia in common cold. Mode of transmission, yeah, you know about it, droplets, contaminated objects. Okay, if Sakshat is suffering from common cold and he used this scissor, and if I touch it and then I just touch my eyes or maybe nose or my mouth, obviously I am going to get the common cold. Done. The symptoms, I think no need to read this, it's very easy. Okay, you know about the symptoms of it. Got it? And what is the life cycle, like how long it will take for the completion of its life cycle? That is, I am talking about the rhinovirus. It hardly takes 7 days. Okay, 7 days. Got it? I cannot write it. Fine. 7 days. Note this point. Okay, in some people it takes around 7 to 15 days. If you get common cold, don't worry, it's really good to boost your immunity. So at least if you take per year, you need to get this common cold at least 4 or 5 times. Okay, if you get for 5 times, that means you are going to have a healthy life in future. Got it? Chalo. Thank you.